We'll give it a few minutes. We'll let everybody get in. Before I start saying anything, but as promised, like I posted over the weekend, that I'll have a show coming up today, and here we are. So we'll give it some time to let people come in, just a few minutes. Get started. Welcome if you're already here. Welcome if you're watching this and this is on play. Then also, in any given moment, if you need to say something, sneeze or anything, just signal me some type of signal and I can mute that. Even though I'm pretty sure I didn't heard something of what I just said in here, but whatever. So we're gonna give it about another minute or so, and then I'm gonna open up with some words and discuss a few things and explain a little bit. Alright. So, without further ado, let's get it started. Welcome, welcome, welcome to GW Anxiety Talks. I'm your host, Nate Garcia. My wife, still missing, will be in episode 4. Where do we start? Where do we start, group? I want to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. So on and so forth. We've been missing for a very, very long while. Some of you who may know, I've went through a couple of losses going close to the end of the year. Today's topic is a topic that's heavy on me because I've been suffering this topic for, I want to say, a few weeks now, maybe a few months, to be honest with myself. But before we get into there, man, it's just so excited to see you guys. So welcome back, all of you. I want to say, I hope everybody had a blessed Christmas, blessed New Year. I want to say thank you to the good folks at KMXT for allowing me to share what my struggles with anxiety are, and I was honored and blessed to be able to sit on their platform and discuss these things. So yeah, shout out to KMXT, everybody. Shout out to KMXT. Good brother named Dylan allowed me to go up there and discuss a few things with him. With that being said, I'm also still looking for the viewers to come forward and comment, like, subscribe, but more so comment and interact with me, and also just give me your input and your take on anxiety and dealing with that. So for me, anxiety plays a major part of the day. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that when anxiety kicks in, I'm unable to do, so it's hard when you got to be Superman for your children and you're still trying to tell yourself that, and it's you're battling these things in the process. It's not easy. It's not easy doing that. You know what I mean? Welcome, Happy New Year. If you guys are just tuning in, this is the GW Anxiety Talks. We're discussing, today's topic is depression. A lot of people are not aware of certain or some loved ones who are suffering these things, you know what I mean, and closed doors, who may need encouraging words and support and just love and support, period. You know what I mean? Whether it's checking up on them, whether it's whether it's being there, spending a few minutes with them, or however you guys prefer to handle that. Just being there is always a great support thing for them. Shout out to Harlem King. I see you, brother. My prayers and blessings are with you. I do hope for your speedy recovery. Please focus on the get back. Everybody, please practice social distancing as well. COVID is not a game. It's really spiking. Cases are happening. If you can stay indoors, if you don't necessarily have to go out, please do so. Spend all this time with your loved ones, because people are dropping left and right, and we want to be able to enjoy each other while we're here. And please have or get control of your immune system. Sorry. You know, whether it's vitamins, Central 21, what's the other one? They have emergency, a few other things. But man, I really need you to get better, brother. I see you. Stay with me here. Stay with me. So yeah, today's topic is about depression, right? How do you guys out there deal with depression? How does depression affect you guys on a day-to-day basis? And also, please comment below whether you're live with me, whether you're seeing this afterward. You know, please still comment. Your opinion matters to me. This is a community for all of us. You know, this is never an I thing, it's a we thing. I always tell you guys that. It's long overdue. I apologize. I apologize. I've been getting through my depression. You know, I had a relative die on me. He died. He passed away. I guess is a proper way to say it. He passed away, and and you know, it meant the world to me that he was here, and he chose to come out here to spend his time with me. And it's the hardest thing, man, I've ever, beside my mom passing, it's one of the other hardest things I've ever had to battle and fight and deal with, and it's still ongoing, you know what I mean? So for me, I started losing love in certain things. The cast, my hobbies for doing clothes, music, just a few things that I allowed myself to let go for a little bit, just to realize everything that truly meant dearly to me. And I guess New Year, we get started and get back on top of things, and you know, and just discuss what we're dealing with as a whole, as a group. I hear you. You said you deal with it every day, just being around people. I've once felt like that, especially where we come from. You know, it's so cluttered. New York City is very cluttered. So it's kind of hard for me to, you know what I mean, get a thought process going when you got 50, 60 people around you. I mean, you sneeze, everybody caught it. That's how tight it is over there. So I can understand that. But what I mean deeply, on a deeper scale of depression is, again, how does depression affect your everyday living? Does it affect the things that you love to do? Are you even aware of what triggers your depression? I'm not only asking you, I ask myself this all the time. I don't have all the answers. This isn't a show where we cure things. This is a show where we can cope together, come together, build solutions or create them, and be able to honor them together and get through what we're suffering together as a whole, rather than say, okay, I'm gonna, you know, pretend this isn't here. And I like that. So Harlem King just said he works out, you know, and put his mind on other things. That used to be one of my go-tos. Unfortunately for me, I have to have surgery, so I can't do that. But overall, that helps me with anxiety as well, Harlem King. So please keep on doing what you do, bro. As far as the rest goes, you know, any and everybody else who's hearing and watching this, please chime in and let me know, how do you deal with depression? What is your thought process walking in on this? So I got a few things here I want to share with you guys. Says, so basically, this is what people also ask, right? These are the questions that you and I would always have, and Google will put these things together. I'm gonna read them because these are their facts and these are their questions, right? So it goes, what are the 4 major causes of depression, right? What are the 4 major causes of depression? 1, family history. Though there are no specific genes that we can look at and trace to depression, but if your family members have had depression, you are more likely also to experience depression. Okay? For me, I can relate. I had both parents suffer that, so I can understand where one comes from. Okay, here's 2. Illness and health issues. Okay? Illness and health issues. Number 3, medication, drugs, and alcohol. I'm gonna let that one marinate because I'm not no saint. Okay, so here, number 3 states medication, drugs, and alcohol. We could skip the drug part, right? Because nobody's on drugs. But alcohol, we all do love to consume a little bit, maybe a lot, some more than others. So for me, speaking for me, I can see the alcohol part coming in a little bit. And medication. I take medication every day. I'm talking about 3 pills, maybe 4. Some for pain, anxiety, some for PTSD or ADHD. You understand? Like it's not a game. And you know, if you have to take medication, please do so. You know what I mean? If you do not have to take medication, please don't go around experimenting. I lost a few people last year due to experimenting. These are not things that you go out and buy. It's not a new t-shirt. These are not new beverages from the store. You know what I mean? Take what you need to take as needed, as follow. So I strongly suggest that. But yeah, that's the 4th one. But you know, I wanted to, and I'm lying, the 4th one, excuse me, is personality. You know, I'm gonna learn that one a little bit more before I can even express on that one. But the 4th one is personality. What are exactly the symptoms of depression? Okay, number 1 is feelings of sadness, tearfulness, emptiness, and hopelessness. Okay? Number 2 is angry outbursts, irritability, or frustration, even over small matters. Number 3, loss of interest or pleasure in most of or all normal activities such as sex, hobbies, or sports. And the 4th is sleep disturbances, including insomnia or sleeping too much. Right? And guys, I want to speak to the fellas. Fellas, how many of you go through the sleep insomnia? Harlem King, could you verify for me if one of those things that I stated, one part of it, you know what I mean? I got a co-host with me who's just behind the scenes making sure I'm good. Good brother named Don Roberts. He's tuning in, listening as we speak now. So when you see me look over, that's who I'm looking at. And if you see me opening that question for everyone, that's why I'm doing that. He's also mic'd up as well as I am. This is, you know, first show back of the new year, 2022. Okay, 2021. A month, maybe 3 months ago, I covered my first show. Covered my second. Had a good brother named Rob on the show, actually. He got on, discussed anxiety with me. Now we're doing depression. Depression is a lot. I was unable to do shows at a rapid pace as I normally wanted to due to depression. You know what I mean? I was in a mental slump. And I'm not really good with talking to certain individuals. It's more easier to do it this way because I could broadcast this and it's one talk, one take, you know, boom. But to sit and relive the same scenario and situation, it just elevates the depression for me. So I'm trying to learn, as well as you are, how to get to a place where I can have less depression and more happiness and more just energy to do the things that I love to do, you know? So for me, I know I got to get through surgery. Look forward to PT time, physical therapy, and then to get back for me would be, the gym. But overall, my kids, um, close friends, family keep me sane. So I guess I made it this far because of that. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Don. I want to thank Miss Chris. I want to thank my buddy Steve. I want to thank everybody at the Longshoring Company. Everybody from ILWU, I want to thank them because there's too many names to name. And all of you, I want to thank all of you. Without you, none of this would be possible. So, round of applause to all of you. A round of applause for everybody. You know what I mean? Just tuning in who feel like I feel. But we had a lot of losses, and depression definitely hit hard in 2021 for all of us. Some of us are walking into 2022 with a little bit of that, and I want to use this platform to bring balance and a little bit of light, some type of joy, some type of laughter, and awareness, so that we all can use this platform, not only for me to do this, for us to do this together. You know what I mean? Different from other platforms. This is a non-judgmental platform, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm always ears open. You can place whatever it is you want to state at the bottom below in the comments. But yeah, let's get back into this. So, right, we discussed what are the major causes of depression, right? Let's discuss what would happen during depression. For people who always go, oh, I don't suffer depression, I've never been through that. Blessings to you. I don't wish that upon you. For the ones who do go through depression, depression is serious mental illness that can interfere with a person's life. It can cause long-lasting and severe feelings of sadness, hopelessness, loss of interest in activities. It can also cause physical symptoms of pain, appetite changes, and sleep problems. Let's let that marinate before we go any further. I suffered everything that they just said there in these past 2-3 weeks. And that's why I urge people such as myself and others to seek help. Get close friends that chit chat with you and laugh and spend quality time, and just find something you truly love and get on it, and don't do things alone, I guess. I'm learning that. I had my good buddy Don tell me yesterday. He said, next time I hear something like that, man, I'm gonna have to come by and get you out of that. And you don't understand just those few words, how they can affect or change somebody's life, yo. You know what I mean? We all quick to be angry and hatred and whatever, be bashful to others, but to be so just positive and say a few words, it's like, yo, you don't have to pay to be nice. It doesn't cost you anything to be there for somebody. I'm a firm believer that I'm not supposed to be selfish with this life that we live in, because we're supposed to learn the game, right? And when we have fully understood it and learned it, we're supposed to give back the game and contribute it to the ones who are not really understanding to it. Now, I'm not saying I've understood this in terms of I got this and now I can give back. This is me opening a platform saying we all could use a little help. I'm just a voice, not afraid to speak it and say, now as a unit, support me, support us, and how can we make this work in our favor? You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be, equal to one another, which we all are. But times doesn't, there are times where it doesn't feel as such. So we need to utilize this platform to reach out to one another, whether it's through comments, whether it's through DM, and go, hey, You had any advice, or maybe I got some advice, and did you try this strategy that can help with that problem, or maybe this situation? It's all learning lessons. Nothing here is a loss. These are all lessons, ladies and gentlemen. So please, do not be selfish with your blessings, man. Don't. It's cost you nothing to be genuinely fair. Nothing. You know what I mean? I'm reading what you just said here. It says you can run from it, but the best way for me to deal with it, my kids, I put my love into them. That's a beautiful thing, brother. Let me give a shout out to you, Harlem King. Hey, you a good brother yourself, man. I'm surrounded. When I got to this state, I mean, I think Don will chime in when I say this part. When I got to this state, I wasn't the way you see me here. I had an attitude problem. I thought I knew it all. I was filled with anger and rage, and I just didn't know where to put it. And the only thing that made sense about it all, that was consistent, was I was feeling things. That's the only thing. I was able to feel things, and regardless of what it was I was feeling, it was consistent. You understand? So for me, meeting this side of the world, meeting the beautiful people on this island, I was able to discover a part of me that really wasn't so angry. Really wasn't so, didn't really feel too much negative for anyone. And as time progressed and these years that I've spent here kicked in, I was able to, humble myself a little bit more here and there, humble more, eat a slice of humble pie here, humble slice of pie there, and then, I get to start really analyzing and really seeking why I feel the way I feel. Because you can only blame someone or say this person, but for so long until you realize the person in the mirror is where it starts. You know what I mean? So I'm still a work in progress. I don't have it all together. I have enough together to be able to keep my sanity, but I'm learning. That's why we're here today. That's why we're here each time we do this platform and this cast and converse. But when I first got here, I had anxiety heavier than I ever thought I had. I mean, I had it now, but I'm in a little bit more control than I was then. And I had these, anxiety and depression, PTSD, ADHD, that thing consumed me so much that you can see the hurt in my eyes. You can see the suffering. And Don was able to see that. He was able to identify that. I recall going to Don, I want to say a year and a half ago, and talking to Don about just where I was living mentally and where I was and how things were, and Don's like, man, you gotta change your environment and trust me, it'll be better for you, man. And we always get a laugh or two every time we discuss how I looked when he first encountered me really suffering anxiety. Don, you remember those moments? You remember those times I was suffering anxiety?
Yeah, this is Don. Yeah, I remember the first time we actually met in person. It was at Safeway. Yeah, there was anger, I think, but there was more pain than anger. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing you every time I saw you. There was always somebody who was just there. It was like you were carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And I remember one day you were driving by and you saw me in my apartment. You pulled in and we came in and had a drink and started talking. And I suggested, well, you were talking about where you were living and how you were feeling, and suggested just move over here. It's a smaller community. It's a little bit easier on folks, and you finally followed through. I think I suggested it to you 2 or 3 times. Sometimes you got to nudge people every now and
maybe a handful. I want to be honest and go on a limb and say, because the talks carried on when we saw each other at Safeway every time. Mm-hmm. But I think it was the night we were at your place that it, settled in.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, it was, because after that night, I hung with Don, and I just, man, I felt like a puppy with just raining eyes, not knowing where the hell we belong, And as a man, that sucks. You don't want to be out feeling so vulnerable alone. Like, I don't want to Will Smith you guys, because I know he gets deep into that, but I could relate a little bit when he goes that vulnerable, you know what I mean? Just feeling vulnerable and not knowing, like, if somebody gave a F about you or cared, you know what I mean, deeply. So, we all want to be wanted. We all want to be somewhere where we're appreciated. So it was when I got to you guys, when I got to you, and we had that sit down talk, the rest was history. I mean, when I got in here, I felt right in, man. Cookouts, our block for me is so sacred. It feels like we're not a part of the other side.
No, we're not.
Right?
We got our own little community. We want to put
that's the perfect words.
We want to put up a wall, our own wall. It's like, no, you can't come here. We're really kind of protective of people who are here.
I want to give a shout out to Don. This man served. He's honored us. He was frontlining a couple times in his life for us. He's an honorable, genuine dude. Great friend, great brother, another New Yorker, down to earth, veteran, highly skilled, super, super, super heavy on being genuine and organic and real. Coolest brothers you'll ever meet. And when I got here, they embraced me with more than I can explain in one show. I mean, my birthday passed, so shout out to that. My neighbors, my community, my family here showed up and made me feel like a kid again when you get appreciated and they show you love and you get gifts here and we do things out of the heart, out of love. We cookouts, we do little eateries together, maybe light little sips of some wine or a good, whiskey or something just to get the day started, or midday, you know what I mean. But we keep each other, grounded and, definitely a super great support group, especially for summer times too. When I'm outside and I'm grilling and I'm not in my right state of mind, I see a few chairs get pulled up. Don shows up, Miss Chris shows up, Georgia show up, Steve will show up, and just enough, that support system to go, you know what, brother, you're not alone. May feel like that, but don't let that feeling, justify what the truth is. You're not alone. We're here. You know what I mean? And I'm still breaking the shell. My shell is like, well, I'm going through this. Well, I'm gonna hold it in, and it's not the best way to do it. It's not healthy.
So I'm going to chime in here because there's some of the things they do studies on this stuff, but I'll speak from personal experience.
Please.
It's like for your birthday.
Okay.
I mean, we got people came by and they were giving you gifts, and I got you this gift that is like, I think other people saw it as silly.
Right.
Did they folks know what I got you?
No. I haven't broadcast. This is my first time back live.
Well, he'll show you a picture of it. I got him a Rhino tire, Rhinomite radio control toy.
Hear the meaning behind the card was what really threw me off. Unwrapping it, and when he said it, I had to pause and think about it, and it made so much sense.
So, and what I told him when he played with it after a while, I said, you know what, you got all these things, and I knew what he'd been going through. Relatives dying. He's got all these other things that are going on in his life, and what he needed was something that would take his mind off that, and he could just focus on something else. And when you're playing with a radio controlled toy, you've got to pay attention to it. I think it's a form of mindfulness that the studies are looking at. You have to look at it. You can't be distracted, especially around here, because if it gets distracted, it goes into the road or goes into a ravine or goes off a ditch or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
At least you can't fly it into a tree. But here's the thing for me is the other point that I want to make is, number one is it helped him, but but I get a charge of watching somebody enjoy something I did for them. And I think sometimes what helps is actually finding one other thing that somebody else needs. We don't need to help on big levels sometimes. Sometimes it's just helping one person out.
Mm-hmm.
And that help becomes appreciated. And I really do. I still get a charge out of watching him and hearing about him, what he's going to do with that radio controlled toy. So, but no, it's sometimes we have to, even in our own misery and in our own suffering, there's always something we should be able to do. And sometimes it's just telling somebody you care about them,
Mm-hmm.
and you demonstrate them. There's this, we often don't see men as being nurturing people because the idea of men is sometimes toxic. But I think men have to start understanding we can be caring for each other, and we can nurture each other. And I think we can express that without it being strange.
And I believe one thing I want you guys to take away from what he just said, that again may go over your head. So if you don't understand, rerun this show back on your own time, and please pay attention to detail when he says, because I suffer anxiety badly. I mean, this isn't me just doing this for show. I have medications up the wall. I have to take them. I'm not a good person if I don't, and I mean that as far as like I'm not good for me if I don't take them. I have to take them. It's just the only way that I can work, and I'm cool with that. I accept it. But also, everything that I do, whether it's clothes, whether it's music, whether it's streaming, everything is a thought process, and I have the problem of not being able to turn it off, to turn my brain off. I can't. It's not easy. I can't wake up how you would wake up and go, okay, well, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna hit the market, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that. How it works for me is I can plan those things, but if anxiety kicks in, then everything I just planned goes down. It goes down the drain. And I wanna be better. I wanna elevate and get away from them, you know what I mean? So if you can go back to what he just said, that whole ordeal of the gift was more than just a gift, it was the principle behind it. Something to confuse the brain with fun. It's not too much to really focus on the car. You just gotta make sure it goes left, right, forward, back. It's the only thing, and have fun in the process. First time I touched the remote since I was a child, I said, oh my God. In those 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 20, I didn't think of, oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen in the next few minutes, so I didn't think of this situation or this, this call right here. None of that mattered to me. None of it mattered. What mattered was the moment that I was in. And people, I strongly urge that friends, family, if it's you, if it's not you, be the person. Go to that person. Distract them with something positive, helpful to them. You know what I mean? Somebody likes to paint, show up with some paintbrushes or something. It doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? You don't know what that can mean to that person. Mind you, I was unaware of everything that happened for my birthday. Everything. Because everything I planned, it was far-fetched from my understanding. And then what happened was it became even greater and beautiful. Bunch of friends showing up, and every day there was a new friend that showed up, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. Shout out to everybody who showed me love on my birthday. And like I said, it was never the gifts, it was the people and their thought process on being there for me. There's nothing greater than that, man. When people pause what they got going on, and they're not selfish, and they make you the main thing of the day, the main topic, and they show love, and it's probably because you are special and you don't even know it yourself. Sometimes it takes people to show you that. Sometimes it takes a conversation. You know what I mean? And I love the community I have here with this gentleman, Miss Chris, and the rest of these beautiful folks that live here with us. I love this community I have here. I mean, even if we were suitable to buy a house, we're still not legitimately ready to move. We love it here. We want to be here. As long as our community stays what it is, And by the looks of it, it will. We only have one more person to move in, by the way. Shouts out to you. Hope you are elevated and energetic and love to have fun and have beautiful babies who want to hang out with our babies and do little snowball fights and little things in the summer like cookouts. And, you know, I'm down for all of that. Family oriented thing has been my thing. Moral of it is I love this community we have. And not getting off topic, but where you are, you should be able to love the community you have. You know what I mean? Even if you have to create it yourself, meaning grabbing a group of people, turning, oh, you know this guy's a little depressed, you know, but he's a good card player. Let's distract his depression. Hey, you want to play some Uno? We get some cards going, left, right, center. You know what I mean? Little things, man. I speak to my Uncle Pop back home. I tell him the same thing. Man, I love it when we link and we talk, we discuss everything, and it's like, oh man, it's beautiful because by the time we get off the phone, my phone is literally dying, but the energy level I have is amazing. I'm like, I'm pumped. I'm ready to do something, ready to work, I'm ready to get stuff productively going. And that's all it takes is a good support group, your community. And your community may not have to be the building you're in. Your community can be the group of people that you choose to interact with on a daily basis. Get to know them. Let them get to know you. Don't have your guard up so much on everybody. Everybody's not out to get you. Trust me, I'm not only telling you, I'm telling me this. This is something I have to repeat and recite on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? And you know, it can go a long way, man. It can. You know what I mean? I was losing my sight on what fun was. And Don could tell you, I sat out there with him and ran that car up and down the snow and just was like, man, whatever happened to these times, you know? Whatever happened to that? And I seen a post. I don't have it on hand, but there was a post that was like, when you die, your job will be looking to fulfill your spot so they can get that job going. You know what I mean? But your friends and your family will be suffering. So don't get all caught up trying to make a living that you forgot to make a life. You know? And that sticks with me all the time now when I think of it. Try to have a smile through what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Hell, if you feel like you gotta cry, go ahead and do it. Let it out. Depression, don't let nothing get you. You know what I mean? You live to fight again, which means you live to elevate even more. You know, you live to become even greater than what we are. You know, this group is our group. This is where we're supposed to come and deal things together if we feel we have nothing else or no result. No last. This is our last resort. If there's nothing else we can do, this is it. So let's get back into this. You know, I'm drifting in and out of this here because I think it's needed. You know, I'm excited. It's a new year's 2022. Please comment below. What are the goals that you're trying to do? What is that next level? Let's throw some ideas, man. What are you guys looking forward to doing this year? What is it? I want to beat depression. And I'm not saying I want to, how you say it, cure it. What I'm saying is I want to overcome. I may not be able to overcome anxiety, but I can make anxiety work when I say it works. We have to take back control, get a grip on our lives, you know? If we have to deal with this thing, let's make it deal with it on our terms. That's all my preach is about. You know what I mean? So, you know, here we go back to depression, right? What does depression feel like? Okay, that's the category we're in. This question here goes, what is the #1 cause of depression? I'm going to read you here. It says, there is no single cause of depression. It can occur for a variety of reasons, and it has many different triggers. For some people, an upsetting or stressful life event, such as a bereavement, divorce, illness, redundancy, a job, or money worries could be the cause of different causes and can have often combined to trigger depression. Again, I always find something relatable. You know what I mean? Losing people has been one of my biggest things of last year walking into this one. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to extend my hugest apologies on my absence because I started this group. and I didn't want to let any one of you down. So if I did, I want to apologize and carry you back up. Understand I am human, and I'm suffering everything I'm preaching to you guys. I need you more than you probably need me, because this group is my family. This is why I've created it. And I think that we as a whole can make a difference. You know what I mean? It starts with one. So picture what us as a group can do. But so yeah, you know, that was my take on, you know, depression, losing. Can stress be positive or negative? I've never heard that question before. My first time reading that. What do you think about that, Don? Can stress be positive or negative? There's an answer here, it says, but that's a deep question. What do you feel about stress? Can stress be positive or negative? I want you to answer two below in the questions.
This is Don again. I think it's how we react to whatever it is that's causing the stress in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are solutions, and sometimes we panic, and that creates a problem. I think sometimes we forget to reach out to people that care about us, and look for solutions that are maybe not be the normal solutions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so can stress itself? I don't know, but it's how we react to whatever it is that's going on in our lives. I think part of the problem is we so many times we think we're alone in the world, and nobody else is going through this, or nobody understands it. And you know, sometimes I don't always understand what the other person may be going through, but I do know that they're hurting, and I can be there at least, you know, to shoulder the problem a little bit and see what I can do to help. And sometimes just listening. You know, I remember a couple of phone calls from you. There was something going on, and you had to relay a story to somebody, and I got a phone call. I couldn't solve the problem. I couldn't do anything about it, but I was there for that phone call, and the only thing I could say is I believe you. And maybe that's all people need, is they need someone to hear that story.
And then, you know, you definitely played I want to thank you too, even on this platform. You played a major role when I was going through my depression and the loss of my family member. I was really more so going through it when my mom passed. It was one of the hardest things, because I was in the transitioning of moving here, and my uncle, the same you know, gentleman that passed, my uncle Adamino, was the one who helped me move from the old place to the new. And for him to pass here, it takes a toll on you. You know what I mean? Please do not forget, you're human. I don't care whether you're male, female, child, grown up, teenager, in between, figuring it out. You're human, okay? That's why we can feel. That's why we have feelings. We feel, we act, react, and sometimes we just gotta allow ourselves to really, and me, I'm gonna speak in general for me, deal with one situation at a time. I was really, really messed up. I was trying to juggle every problem at the same time, and that's not a proper way to deal with it. It only makes it worse. So I guess dealing with one of the problems head up would be a better way of dealing with that, you know. And if you don't have the answer to it, fine, none of us do. We don't have all the answers. But it's cool to reach out for help and get help. You know what I mean? Help may not be your family members. I'm going to be honest with you. My safe haven, for some reason, since I started out the way I did, has been the people I've stumbled upon and met and became absolute family with. And that was everything for me. And then, you know, the family I've created, just that, all of that plays a major part in your life. You know, my wife, I'm not the only one suffering. When I suffer, my wife suffers, because she has to see that outside looking in. So it's one of those ordeals where it's like, I've grew in a sense to where when I used to have depression heavy, I would go out and hang with others, but it would bring them down, because none of them felt like how I did, right? But none of them understood what I was going through. And part of that was my fault, not expressing what it was. Maybe half those times expressing it, I could have got through it faster, and then we could have elevated to other things. But the point of that is, it was messing up the vibe, man. People don't want to be depressed all the time. You know what I mean? I want to be around great vibes, good people, smiling. You know what I mean? Being productive, having fun, living life. And so now I look at it and go, if I feel my depression is too much, I stay where I'm at, and I will discuss it with close family and friends, and you know, deal with it, you know, so on and so forth. But just to sit there and let it bottle up, it's not healthy. Please don't. Again, I said this on part 1. I said this on part 2. I'm gonna say this again. People, if you are suffering from depression, anxiety, PTSD, ADHD, schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, if I didn't say that word, I'm gonna say it again. Go get help, seek help. It's nothing wrong with seeking help. Help can be from the hospital, help can be from the people you trust to talk to, help can be just letting someone in to help you and not be alone, you know what I mean? Any form of help, whether it's advice, a conversation, a hangout, you know, lunch, brunch, dinner, something. Just please don't keep things bottled up, man. We need you. I need you. We need you. You're loved. I love you. Your family, loved ones love you, man. We all want each other to be around, you know. This platform is bigger than just me. I'm only on here explaining you things that I'm suffering and I go through, covering every chapter of it, as well as opening that door for you to come forward with me and say, I went through this, that, and the other, and this is what I took from this, and this is how I dealt with that. Then we can communicate, build a way where we can value how we see things and go, okay, well, I'm gonna use your strategy to get through this, and that's how this thing, you know what I mean? It's a start. I'm never promising you no cure. I'm never promising anyone a cure. So please, people, if that's what you're looking for, I'm not a doctor. I'm only promising you that together as a unit, we can get through anything. That's all I'm telling you. You know what I mean? But man, again, Happy New Year to everybody, man. Like, it's a big year. I know everybody wants to get it going. I do. Pretty sure you do. And you know, I'm gonna give a few more things of depression before I close out, and because I don't want you depressed listening to this. I want you to utilize this when you are going through it, and just figure a way, man. So before I forget, my way, I guess, of dealing with it, I got hobbies off the wall. Like, I stream, I can write a music, I can put some clothing together, communicate with my friends over the phone, or do one thing that really is like one of my true loves. I cook out. I play old school music and just cook out and just capture the enjoyment of seeing others eating and having fun. That's what makes it work for me. You know what I mean? But when my back's against the wall and none of those things work, I believe my go-to is to speak with someone that has understanding. Also, keep that in mind. I'm not saying go out and splatter, tell your business. I'm just saying, go to the ones that you favor or that you can trust, and converse with them. You know what I mean? Confide into them and let them know what's going on, and maybe they'll do the same. But I'm pretty sure they'll be helpful, and they got some tips and jewels for you to run with. And so here, it's crazy. I covered some of the stuff I've already written, ladies and gentlemen. That's how bad I wanted to tell you about depression. So okay, let's talk about this here. How can I reduce stress quickly? I give you 8 of them. I'll run through them for you. Number 1, breathe. Slow, deep breaths can help you lower blood pressure and your heart rate. please do so. 2, listen to music. Find you that good old oldies but goodies or classic, whatever your favorite is, and jam out. 3, take a quick walk. Those definitely work. You know what I mean? 4, find the sun. I guess sun's out, you know, get you some sun. Get out the house a little bit. You know, give yourself a hand massage, you know, whether it's shoulder, arm. Sometimes I do this all the time. It works. Stretch. Do a couple of stretches. I would prefer yoga. Oddly, I found some type of relief in yoga for some reason. It gives you an energy you never thought you had. Number 8 says rub your feet over a golf ball. As weird as that sounds, I understand the meaning of it. I've done that one before, and it's almost like having anxiety, right? And you're listening to the sounds of cars and looking at colors and staring at an object, and you're being focused on it. It throws off what's causing the problem. So, you know, depression is a real thing, people. It's so real that it allowed me not to be on this platform for a while, which is bad. We want to be able to do these things so we can help each other. What I want to say is that this year is your year. This year's our year. We're going to elevate together. We'll help each other, throw tips around, build each other up. I want to be able to get more in tune with you guys. Don't be afraid. I mean, I love it, the fact that you people are watching and viewing it. And if you are tuning in, I appreciate you. And if you're tuning in and we're no longer live, I appreciate you. Come out, man. Come forward with me, and let's stand on the front line together, and let's discuss these things. Get on the show. Let's talk about it. Give me your ways of dealing with these things, because I not only want to know, there's other people that want to know, and we need to know. Some may not want to go where we went to go get help, so maybe this can be a start for those people. That's all I'm saying. It's a non-judgmental platform. If you have any bashful things to say about it, please step to the left, delete yourself, remove yourself. It's simple. We're not going to back and forth. I'm not here to bash any other platform. I'm not here to bash any human being. I'm here to uplift and just give nothing but genuine love. So again, for those people who tune in, if you're looking for whatever it is you think you're looking for in this platform and it's not here, please, you can exit the same way you walked in. And I'm speaking on if what we're dealing with has nothing to do with your interests. You can easily do what you do, you know? Go your route. But for my people, for my community in this platform, for our channel, for our anxiety page, let's keep fighting, man. Let's keep getting this. Let's keep keeping the ball rolling. Let's keep keeping it going. Let's show more love. If you show love and you feel like, I want you to show more love this year than you did last year. If you did something for somebody, I want you to do more this time this year. If you can do it. If you can do it. I want you to do it this year for somebody more than you did last year. If you're somebody's savior, I want you to be there for them more this year. That's the challenge I have for you. I don't have a picture challenge. My challenge is I want you to do more this year than you did last year. You know what I mean? Reach out more to those that need it. You know what I mean? You know, I love you guys. You guys have been awesome to me. This platform, I've watched the views go up. We will be streaming on RSS.feed. That my platform is open on there already. That's on the website. The problem is I haven't lively streamed there because I'm here with you guys, and it's not a problem. I'm where I want to be, but I have that platform which will be running up this year. I'm working on Garcia's Way, which is my, another hobby of mine. I'm working on some new gear. And again, people, if you want to donate to the platform, I have it. I'll try to tag it below. when I put the video up. But it's on the Cash App. It's $LOYAL, the number 3, and the letter G. So, $Loyal3G. That's the Cash App. If you care to donate to the, if you don't, I still felt your love by you even showing and giving views to this channel. Please share this. Share this. Share this. Also, this Thursday, I want to say 6:30 my time, 10:30 your time. I'm going to have a guest. My big brother will be on the show. Flacco, he'll be on the show. We'll be discussing tons of things. We got some new things coming for you, some great content. I want to get Don on the show. You guys heard Don, so we're working on getting Don seen on the show. Don right now, he's just filling in for my coworker who's ain't been to work since we started. But you know, we want to have fun this year, and we want to help each other throughout this whole process. So please, if you are suffering anxiety, you are going through really major issues, please go seek help. Please go seek help. Please go get help. Please go visit your local clinic. Please go to your closest hospital. Just go get help. Speak to somebody. Please. I'm doing it. You can do it. And there's nothing wrong with doing that, and it makes you even stronger. As far as this virus is going on, and that's concerned, please, people, wear your mask, social distancing, stay away. You can hang out through social media. You don't have to be in person. Let things cool down before we get back to partying, okay? People, please, again, on this depression, if you are depressed and you're going through things, let's try to learn this. Try to learn it. Try to educate yourself on what depression is, what it means, what's going on. I mean, I'll host a part 2 for it. I have so much more to discuss on depression. And I use my notes that are generally for the public, and I give you what I went through, my little, you know, spiel of how I dealt with it and how I go through it. But nonetheless, man, I'm human just like you guys. You guys have been great to me. I had shout out again to KMXT. You guys are awesome. Hope to get up there and do another show again. My people here, get on the show. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? I see a lot of memes, a lot of comments, a lot of this, that, and the other about, you know, anxiety, depression, and what's going on. Let's get on the show. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? We all people here. And so before I get out of here, I want to say I appreciate you all again. My apologies for my absence. It shouldn't have took this long for me to come forward, but people, we're human. We go through things, and sometimes they're unbearable. But the point of it is getting through it so we can get back to where we need to be. And that's all the show is ever going to be about, is the get back. You know what I mean? To get back from anxiety, to get back from depression, to get back from surgery, to get back. It's always the get back. If you are suffering or going through a minor setback, it's only for your major comeback. Trust me, believe in the process. The process is everything. And if you believe and you have that inner strength to say, I can and I will, it will get done. Trust me, it will. This show it got done today because we got it done. We here together as a unit, you know? And I just didn't want you guys, I didn't want to put out a show and then you guys get that version of me that isn't so energetic and full of love. You know what I mean? I can't uplift you if I can't uplift me. So, again, pardon me for the absences, but now I'm here and I want to do great things with you guys, man. I can't wait till we can all grouply get into 3-4 people there talking, looking at each other there going, all right, but how'd you deal with this? Oh, man, that's great. Let's do that. And then create something. This year, also, exciting news. I'll have a few giveaways. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, giveaways. This show also loves to give back. So, stay tuned. We got some things in the works. I'll be giving away a few various things. And last year, I gave away 2 recording studios. Yes, randomly. One was to a fan that was one of my first followers. Hooked him up with a Sony Acid 10 recording studio. Another brother of mine got one from me. So we're gonna do a couple of giveaways. Have maybe a few raffles, and so help us get this thing rolling. You know what I mean? Of course, Miss Garcia will be with us. She will be with us on the next episode. So stay tuned to that. You get to see us do our thing. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want Don to get on the show, please comment his name below. Trust me, enough will make him get on the show. Just tag Don Roberts at the bottom below. Please do it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to get this brother back on the show. We're going to get Miss Chris also on the show. She was with me through a different thing we had did, but we want to get her on the show. Oh, shout out to my brother, my cousin Azan. He was out here. That's another thing I had take place last year that ended. I had a family member visit me, so shout out to Azan. Much love from that brother. Go follow his platform. He teaches and preaches the word. Educated brother, always on top of his thing. Just educating and elevating others. So please go follow him. And I appreciate him for coming out and showing love and visiting us. And just remember, people, when you start thinking that things are hard or getting rough, there's always somebody going through it deeper than what we are. It could always have been or been worse. So let's just be fortunate of what we have, and let's start appreciating the things we do have, and start to, pay no mind to the things we don't, because we get caught up into this. Social media creates this thing, and we don't need any of that. We don't need distractions this year. We just need elevation, hard-earned money, nothing but genuine love, great family and company. That's all we need, all right? So, with that said, I hope you enjoyed today. Today for me was a little short, but the next one we have will be even longer, I promise. I just wanted to give y'all, stop in, show some love, give y'all some insight, let y'all know we here, we still rocking together. I got you guys. Yes, raffles, giveaways will be soon. We're gonna cover PTSD, ADHD, but I'm gonna part 2 depression, so we can help those really learn more into it. And for those of you who haven't tapped in and understood the anxiety part, we'll get right back on that too as well. For the meantime, please don't hesitate to stop and watch episode 1, episode 2. Good brother Rob Hamlin on the show on episode 2. Please, we're here. I'm here for it all. If it's love, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? So, guys, have a blessed day. Happy New Year from the Garcia family, the Roberts family, to you guys and your family. Stay safe, stay warm, stay blessed, and we are out. Peace.